Hello my dears, this is Sarah from sheholdsdearly.com, and today I want to talk to you about 3 reasons to decorate for the seasons. And then after I'm done with that, we'll do a quick tour around my farmhouse living room and I'll show you what I did for this summer decorating. So over the past couple decades, I have become an avid fan of seasonal decorating. I'm gonna tell you why. The first reason, which I'm sure is obvious, and you're gonna already know what it is that it brings in a celebration into your life. So when I had my 3rd child, I did a time audit, and I had 2 toddlers at the time and a newborn, and so I was trying to find all the extra time that I could find just to function. And I wrote down everything that I did to keep the home running, and it was 4 pages long. I had everything on there from writing thank you notes to doing laundry. And I gave this list to my husband just to get some feedback. And I wanted to know what mattered to him, because those were gonna be the things I was gonna prioritize in this next season when I had a newborn and 2 toddlers. And a lot of his feedback was really surprising to me. So the least important thing out of 4 pages was he did not care about dusting. He said he never even noticed if I dusted or not. So I threw that one out the window. I didn't dust for probably 2 years. If something got super gross, I would clean it, but otherwise I just did not care. It was not gonna be important. And the most important thing was he wanted dishes done. He said dishes on the counter stress him out, and I never knew that. So that went up high on the priority list. Then there were some other things that I didn't think was gonna make the cut, and it did. And one of them was the seasonal decorating. He said he so enjoyed coming home and seeing something changed that celebrated what was going on in life at the time. And you know, I know that there are different things going on in our lives, and sometimes you just can't get to the decorating that you normally would. You know, there were years that when I was working 60 hours a week, and there were a couple Christmases when we didn't get a Christmas tree. And it still makes me a little bit sad, but I understand there is some of that happens. But for the most part, I do think it is valuable to stay with the seasons, the holidays, and the celebrations, and take a moment throughout the year and focus on different things and bring in different colors. And I feel like it brings in a gratefulness, and it breaks up that monotony of the rat race. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's value in that for humans to be able to stop and celebrate, have the special food, and bring out the special decorations, even if you're talking about we're just putting some pumpkins on the porch. That's great. Okay, number 2. This one I probably should be better at. Okay, I should be deep cleaning better. But my kids do the bulk of the cleaning in the house. They have a weekly rotation, but sometimes it's not up to my standards. So 4 times a year, I get the opportunity to sweep down the cobwebs, wash the slip covers, the porches get deep cleaned really well, swept down really well. You know, just outside it just gets grimy. I don't even know how it gets so dirty outside on the porch decorations, but it does. So 4 times a year, that gets dealt with. I will clean underneath the furniture. I'll deal with that pile of junk, you know, that just is not getting dealt with. That's a good time for me to deal with that. Scrub down the walls really well. So that is really when I get my deep cleaning done, is right before I switch out my seasonal decorating. And I like the accountability of that and just the built-in rhythm of helping the house not sink into disrepair, because I'm never getting to it. So I love that about seasonal decorating. Okay, and the 3rd thing, which you may not actually have realized, I think this one took me the longest to realize, was that it is the perfect solution for the person who's obsessed with decorating. I get a lot of emails from women, and they say, I'm at a standstill with my decorating. I am being so indecisive. I have all these colors, I have all these looks that I like, and I can't move forward. So I just don't. So year after year after year, people just don't like their surroundings in their home, and they're not moving forward. And I say, go ahead and do something kind of neutral, and then bring in your seasonal decorating and bring in your colors that way. So you're changing out pillow covers, you're bringing in different blankets, you're hanging different things on the wall, and this happens 4 times a year. So you do have to have a little bit of storage space. I have a bin for each season, like a Rubbermaid bin for each season. But okay, so for instance, I do not use the warm colors in my home. You may have noticed that. I have a lot of whites, a lot of neutrals, wood tones, greens, always some green. I have so many windows in this house. I like to not compete with the beauty of what's going on outside my windows. So the blues, whites, woods, greens, that just flows seamlessly with the scenery outside. But I still like to bring in reds, yellows, pinks, even oranges, so all those warm colors. I just don't have them in my day-to-day home decorating, but they are in my seasonal bins. So you might see pink in the spring or turquoise. Okay, for summer, I like to pull out reds, right? Reds and blues. And blues, of course, spread through, oh man, I think you can even use them all year long if you do it right. But for summer, blues and reds, I'll bring out yellows. Only time I decorate with yellows, and I love it. And then it's not a huge commitment, it's not a huge expense. And then I just put it away and I can see it again next year if I want. Falls, I'll bring out a lot of copper. I might even bring out turquoise. And then of course Christmas, I'll bring back the reds that I had in the summer. So you'll see repeating things from my 4th of July decorating. You'll see them worked into my Christmas decorating too. Stripes or maybe red vintage books. So I think that is the perfect solution for those of us that find decorating as our art form and our home is our canvas. Start seeing seasonal decorating as part of your home decorating, as an important part of your home decorating. All right, now I want to walk around and show you a few things that I did in our living room to just give it a little summer refresh. So first of all, I decided to change 2 wall decorations in this room. So I hung a vintage bicycle poster up over the piano. And then I moved the picture that was on the piano. It's a framed piece of piano music that was my grandfather's, and putting that up above the couch. All right, and then of course I love changing out my pillow covers. I made a couple of new ones. I picked up a couple different styles off Etsy. I got these beautiful bird pillows. I love the design on these. I got these off of Etsy, and I got 2 grain sack pillows off of Etsy, and then I made some pinstripe pillows. And then don't get overwhelmed with feeling like you have to do seasonal decorating everywhere in your house. Pick 2 spots. So I just focused on a vignette on my coffee table. I brought in some shells, pulled this dessert tray out, and added a little sailboat that I got off Etsy. It has this darling little sail made out of a handkerchief. And then I just put some things up on my piano. So I have a big jar of shells, another French lemonade bottle, which you know I love those from World Market, and then a couple of vintage style buckets. And so that's it. My living room is done, and I will not be needing to really think about it until fall. So thank you so much for stopping by. If you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I do post regularly and share professional design advice and our vintage home life. All right, take care. I'll talk to you soon.